BTS News Today. That night, the air in Seoul felt different. Cold, soft, and carrying something unseen. A secret trembling between breaths, waiting to be discovered. The world may have only seen Jimin's solo performance on stage. Shimmering lights, movements that felt like whispers between body and soul, and the roar of the crowd breaking through the night sky. But behind all of it, there was something deeper. A hidden message. In that night, those who looked closely could feel it vibrating from Jungkook's silent gaze that armies across the world held their breath when Jimin stood alone in the middle of the Seoul Dome stage, dressed in black adorned with silver crystals that reflected light from every angle. The performance wasn't just about music. It was a confession without words, a silent dialogue only two hearts could understand. The song he performed, Promise, felt different that night. There was an emotional weight behind every lyric, as if each line was meant for someone sitting among the crowd, but not on stage. Then the camera caught something impossible to ignore. Jungkook, sitting quietly among the VIP seats, his face half hidden under a black hoodie and cap. Yet even from afar, his eyes betrayed something, soft but heavy, as if he was holding back a storm of emotion. Armies began to whisper. Was Jungkook sending a message just by being there? When the concert ended, the digital world erupted. Twitter, Weverse, TikTok, all flooded with clips of Jungkook standing at the end of Jimin's performance, clapping slowly, then bowing his head slightly, as if in reverence. No smile, no words, just silence and that unwavering stare. But for those who had followed their journey for years, that silence spoke louder than any scream. Hours later, Jungkook posted something unexpected on Weverse. Not a picture of himself, not a video, just a black screen with simple white text. You shone tonight. Even in silence, I heard everything. The world froze. Who was you? He didn't mention a name, but no one needed one. For armies, it was already clear. The message was a reflection of what they had all just witnessed. A quiet exchange between two souls who no longer needed words. Moments later, Jimin posted something, too. A backstage photo showing him staring at the now empty audience seats with a caption, I saw you too. The internet exploded. The hashtags #Jungkook and #secret-message trended worldwide in minutes. No one knew when this silent communication began, or if it was really communication at all. But those who followed their bond since debut knew one thing. Between Jungkook and Jimin, nothing ever happens by chance. They've shared a stage for over a decade, shared laughter, tears, even silence. And every time one performs, the other is always there. Physically or in the softest of shadows. In an old interview, Jungkook once said something that now sounds like a clue. Jimin Hyung dances in a way that makes me quiet. He tells stories without words. Sometimes I feel like he's dancing for me. Back then, people laughed at Jungkook's candidness, but tonight, those words echo like prophecy. Jimin, on the other hand, has always described Jungkook as someone who watches in silence. In another interview, he said, Jungkook doesn't talk much, but he sees everything. Sometimes I feel he knows when I'm nervous before I even realize it myself. When Jimin stepped onto that stage, the audience may have seen a global star shining alone, but among thousands of lights, he knew one pair of eyes were watching him differently. Maybe that's why his performance felt so raw, so real. There was a moment in the middle of the song when he lowered his head, closed his eyes, and smiled faintly, as if speaking to someone wordlessly. Fans who attended the concert claimed Jimin looked toward the VIP seats for a split second, the exact spot where Jungkook was sitting. Perhaps just coincidence, but many believed that was the moment when two worlds silently met. What made it even more mysterious was Jungkook's next day post. A blurred photo of someone's back walking down a dimly lit hallway, with a caption, He dances, I listen. Within minutes, the internet burned again. Fans began dissecting every word. Some said Jungkook was teasing a new project, others believed it was his quiet way of showing support for Jimin. But most agreed, it wasn't ordinary support. It was emotional understanding, born from years of growing together since their trainee days at Big Hit. They went through everything side by side, cheering each other on when the world didn't yet know BTS. In the Break the Silence documentary, Jimin once said Jungkook was the one who kept him going. He may be younger, but he has this way of making me believe in myself," Jimin said, his voice soft and distant, lost in memory. Now, years later, as they stand on top of the world, that bond hasn't vanished, it's simply evolved. From laughter in practice rooms to coded messages hidden in performances. From late-night talks in the dorms to silent recognition in front of millions. There was another moment few noticed. A leaked backstage clip showing Jungkook hugging Jimin after the show. It wasn't long, it wasn't dramatic, just a few seconds, but heavy with meaning. Jimin closed his eyes and smiled faintly as Jungkook patted his back twice and whispered, "You did it." Simple words, yet they carried the weight of pride, relief, and a shared history too deep for the public to fully understand. After that, both disappeared from the spotlight for a few days. No posts, no lives, just quiet, letting the world wonder, interpret, feel. But when Jungkook finally appeared on Weverse Live days later, armies waited for every word like a heartbeat that he laughed, played his favorite songs, spoke casually. But in the middle of it all, he suddenly said, "You know, sometimes words aren't needed. When you understand someone completely, silence says everything." No name, no reference, but everyone knew who he meant. That same night, Jimin posted a story with the song "Nothing's New" by Rio Romeo, which carries the lyric, "We don't need to say it out loud, I already know." The world froze again, and fans began piecing the fragments together into one big, unspoken story. A story of understanding beyond words that a few days later, during an interview promoting his new work, a reporter asked Jungkook directly about the mysterious posts. Jungkook just smiled and said, "Some things are better left unspoken." Those words became headlines overnight. Everyone had their own interpretation. Some called it proof of deep friendship. Others said it was artistic respect between two performers who understand each other completely. But among all the theories and noise, one truth remained clear. Jungkook's secret message about Jimin's solo performance wasn't just text on a screen. It was the echo of a long, intertwined journey between two people who once dreamed together in a small practice room and now stand among the stars. Jungkook may not have spoken Jimin's name, but every gesture, every silence, every post carried the same emotion, one of recognition, admiration, and unshakable connection. He didn't just watch Jimin perform, he felt it. He didn't just see a performer. He saw the person behind the performance, the person he's understood for years, and maybe that's why Jungkook's message resonated so deeply. Beneath the glittering chaos of the K-pop world, there's something purer, a sense of pride, respect, and connection that transcends the noise. While the world keeps guessing, they both remain calm. Jimin with his soft smile, Jungkook with his quiet eyes. They know that whatever the world thinks, only the two of them truly understand the meaning behind those words, that a secret message born from music, from light, from silence, and from hearts that once fought to find their rhythm together. The night may have ended, but Jungkook's message still lingers, echoing in the hearts of millions who believe that sometimes love, friendship, and understanding need no language. Because when one shines, the other only needs to listen in silence. And between Jungkook and Jimin, silence speaks louder than anything else.